And good morning, everyone. We are in whatever Wednesday this morning, and we will be seeing a little bit of a taster of Scrap Mechanic. So today we are just starting up Scrap Mechanic and going to see. I'm just hoping the game video or game audio clicked in properly. This one. Alrighty. Yep, so we've got Scrap Mechanic today, and we're going to wander around a little bit, start a brand new world, see how things go. This is the first time that I've played this game on stream. I've only actually played it for maybe a couple hours last night as a tester. I have watched other people play it, and my kids have played this game, so hopefully it will go fairly well. So I've already made a character here. You can see her on the right. She's a little on the grouchy side, but just take a quick look through that. So when you start, you can choose, whether it's a boy or a girl or whatever, and then if they have male or female, and then you can choose different skin tones and a couple different face looks. Doesn't look all that different really, but I'm gonna go with this one. And then we've got some different hair choices, facial hair and so on. Hats and such, we don't have any yet. Torso is just the gear that you start with. So I could go incredibly shirtless, but I'm not going to. We've got leggings, you can take those pants off if you need to. See, shoes, you can turn them off, and so on. You can't turn off the socks at the moment, at least not that I'm aware of. I think the shoe comes with a sock in it, so yeah, and then the other sock you can't take off right now. And then you just get a starter backpack that you get from the crash. Alright, so there is a set of gloves. I took them off because I thought they looked kind of dumb, so I just let those off. Okay, so let's go back and start ourselves a brand new world. Okay, just gonna kick up the background sound just a little bit, and we'll see if the game sounds come through loud enough, because I don't know if I've got that set just right for today. But let's start ourselves a brand new game. So we'll go into survival mode, and we'll have our new. Might help if I actually name the game. I'm just going to call it streaming. That lets me know which one's which, so that if I try to test something out, I won't be doing it in the streaming game. So we'll call that new game. All right. So when we start the game, we get dropped in right in front of our crashed ship. Okay, so apparently we are mechanics that have crashed, and we have managed to survive the crash, thankfully, on a rather strange planet. This may look Earth-like, but it is definitely not Earth. You will see that fairly quickly. This planet has been terraformed, and then they've got robots that are out to... The robots have gone a little crazy, I guess we could say, and they're out to clobber the people. Now, it's one of those games where you don't actually die. It's when you respawn, a little bit like Minecraft. You have a very virtually empty inventory. There are a couple exceptions that you get to keep your hammer, and you get to keep your vehicle lift, so you can place the lift down. See, it looks like that, and then we can make it go up and down. And we'll find that really useful later. So I'm just going to, looks like the game audio seems to be there, so it's not getting destroyed, but it's quite low, so I'm just going to turn that up real quick. Okay. And if it gets too loud, I can turn it back down. But I think my duck is functioning fairly well this morning, so we'll just make sure that people can hear me. If not, please do wave loudly or something of the nature. Okay. So we're back in game. So first thing we're going to do is explore the ship, and then a couple of different directions to go. So we can either head off this way, or we can start heading off this direction. Now I'm going to just explore the ship before I start doing that, just because we'll show what's going on. Okay, so there's some stuff here, but it requires power. You can't get to it because of the flames. And then this one, you've got a spare wheel. And there's a bot that can help, but it requires power as well. And you can see over way in the back, there's something that looks a little bit battery shaped, so we have to find something to put in there. And these flames can hurt you, so you do want to put those out. How to do that at the moment is not easily clear. And then there's some stuff in here to collect. You can see it's got a number on it, so when it's got a number, it's definitely something you want. Often you can pick up extra items, but yeah. And then in here, some of these things are actually rather decorative, and some of them are useful. Most of the time, this stuff is just decorative, so I'm not going to worry too much about what's here. We can always come back and pick it up later. So these beds, you can use them, and that sets your spawn point, but there's not much point in the ship right now because you're going to respawn at the start by default. So I'm just going to skip these for now, and I'll come back later if I need to. It's making all kinds of emergency alarm noises and stuff. Now your hammer's going to become incredibly useful because that helps you do things like open crates, but it also helps you battle the robots that really don't want you there. So the robots have got haywire, and your character is basically a mechanic who's been sent down to the planet to try and help with this robot problem. Unfortunately, you crash landed on the way. They never, in the little story piece that's available on the wiki, they don't actually tell you why you crashed. Like, did you actually have a ship problem, or did something else happen to cause your problem? There's not a whole ton of story to work with here. Basically, they just dump you and expect you to figure out what to do. In one of the development blogs, the writers have talked about. Okay, so the developers, there we go, that's the word, have talked about the fact that they've finally built a tutorial that is going to get implemented in one of the upcoming updates, so that new users get given sort of quests to have some idea of what on earth it is they're supposed to be doing. At this point in time, though, when they first drop you in survival mode, you don't get given any guidance as to what's supposed to be happening. So if you see objects, it's a good idea to pick them up because they can be useful. And when it says force build, it's something that you can carry in your hands, but if you want to put it down, then you actually have to tell the game to do it. So if I was to force build this, it would just put the bucket back down. But because the bucket is something you want to fill, and as you can imagine, this will be very useful for the fire. But I think I'm going to run over here first before I go putting that fire out, because it's a lot of back and forth, and see. Aha. Okay, so here we have a little plot that teaches you about food. So as you can see in the bottom left corner of my screen, we've got a health bar with the hearts. Below that, we've got a yellow hunger bar. So you will have to eat food in this game, or you can starve. And then there's a thirst bar, so you have to drink things. Now, food does help replenish some of your drink. And these are the seeds you can use to help grow it. And then there's instructions basically here on how to do your farming. Okay. One of the things that my kids warned me about this morning, shout out to Sheep Queen and Star Wars Fan Kid. So one of the things they reminded me about this morning is there's a limited number of items you can grow in the various dirt blobs before the bots that are supposed to be farming on the planet notice that you're doing unauthorized farming, and they come and try and destroy it, as well as destroy the farmer, aka you. So definitely not something that we want to be dealing with in a big way. Now, this plot is a ways away from the crash site. You can see the crash site by the plume of smoke. However, it's designed as a great place to start for your farming practice. I think what I'm going to do, though, to start with is I'm going to steal this second bucket. And it looks like they don't stack. So because they don't stack, then I need to just stick up with two buckets for now. And I thought I had a third one around here that I saw last night, but I guess I don't see that one at the moment. So we'll come back and pick up these items and give it a try to try the farming. I just want to go and fill this and then use it to put out some of the some of the fire. That's quite helpful. Oops, and I'm just going to rearrange my inventory, otherwise I'm going to end up grabbing that thing all the time. It's kind of annoying. So there's a little bit of to and fro going on in this one, but not nearly as bad as some other games. Alright, let's start with So I'm going to throw that. That didn't help a whole lot. How about this one? Okay, so I can get to the battery pod, but I don't have a battery yet. Well, that's not helpful. Okay, can I pick up this? Yes, I can pick up that tire. I'm going to need it later. But I don't have batteries here, so there's not much point in me continuing on that part. Might as well head back and do the farming thing. We're going to need water for the farming, so let's fill up both buckets. In case anyone's curious, I did actually turn off the music in-game. I'm trying out a Spotify scene, or I can't remember if it's Stream Tunes or Stream Beats or something, but anyways, I'm trying out a playlist of pod-safe music, and we didn't go chiptune this morning. We went with something a little more thumpy, I guess, and a bit different, so I'm trying the dubstep, and we'll see how that goes. So my kids tell me that I should be able to handle 9 plots. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should be able to handle 9 before the bots start noticing me, so I don't think I'll try putting the dirt down yet, because I really just don't want them to come and bug me. The bots, that is. Let's see. What do we have here? We've got tomatoes, more tomatoes. It's 5. Tomatoes is 8. Okay, we'll try the... 7. Okay, good. So we actually have some extras for later, and I can actually take this thing apart if I really want to and use it for later parts, so I might do that, but first we're going to take the seeds and get those all planted. So let's take these ones. I only have 8 plots out there. Sorry. The bot gave me a bit of a jump scare. These guys are ugly. Those are what my kids call I think they're the farm bots, and yeah. So when you find a piece, you can refine this, and when it completes, it'll pick it up and give you a block. The block is actually a scrap metal block. Let's see, inventory. Yeah, scrap metal. Apparently I got noticed. That's not good news. But there's the scrap metal blocks you can use for building all kinds of things, and yeah, so much for that idea. I guess I don't need to worry too much about jump scares in this game. I'm going to get a lot as it is. Okay, so I'm going to plant 1 here, 2, 3, and 4. Now, if I was to do this myself, I would actually, would consider not 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's one down there. Okay, I would consider not actually planting. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I would not actually plant all 9 at once. Or all 8 at once. And I also would not plant the bags of soil just willy-nilly all over the place. Let's see. Okay, so we've got the dirt's down, seeds in, grab the water. So we have to water the plants, fertilize the plants, wait, looks like 3 days, maybe a little less, and then it should grow from harvesting. They all look weird though, so they're not actually going to, even though it's like a tomato, it's not actually going to be exactly what you would expect it to be. Okay, so I'm going to pick up the fertilizer because I know I've got some water. Can I throw the water on that? Okay, that's 1. And 2. And let's go fill these up again. 1, 2. That sounds freaking me out. It's kind of insane. It could be my music. I may have to change that just so I don't have too many things going on at once. Otherwise I'll jump scare myself up a lot more than I need to. Okay, and 1 more round should do it. Yeah, this music is not working for me. Just give me 1 sec. Alright, let's see if I can pick something a little more chill just so that I can figure out where I'm at. Let's try this. Sure. Wow. I'm really not having great luck with that today. Oh well, it'll work. At least this one doesn't seem to have a ton of extra beats and crazy noises at the moment. Oh, okay, I guess these are full. Ah, that's amusing. You can throw them and fill them in one motion. Okay, so it says after we water them, we need to spray them with fertilizer. So I'm going to fertilize that one. And then this one. I can see it's on my hotbar that it's counting down how many units I've got. Looks like I've got 8 left. And then we just have to wait, which, if I understand correctly, that would mean that we have to protect them from the bots until they're ready. So, if I'm lucky, the chitter chatter that I had earlier, which resulted in a bot showing up. Oh, that's a circuit board, okay. That was from the earlier bot that I blew up. Don't know why the circuit board ended up there, but hey, that's fine. You can use the light? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so while I'm waiting for that to grow, I think what I'm going to do is start disassembling this place because we're not going to need it. This is more of a tutorial location. Now, if I do get knocked out by the bots, I will probably, because I haven't set a respawn anywhere else, I will probably have a respawn over at the ship. So it's not totally terrible. In the meantime, though, yeah, I need to protect these things. So I'm going to try and see what I can do to take this thing apart and get some parts that I can use for later. And I can take that apart and see what I can get. But I only have a limited amount of inventory space. So I don't want to be jamming it full of all kinds of crazy things if I don't have to. Okay, this one and that one. I might want those, so I'll just leave that there. So you can see the lights turn on. Things start growing. Now I've got this game on normal mode. There is also an easy mode, but there is not a hard mode yet. Good morning, Fantastic Sherlock Fox. I do not know quite why your welcome did not go off, but let's hope that that's the only technical hiccup I have today, because being honest, I'm not really in the mood for more. I don't know why, but I think this particular game has me a little bit on edge. And I've yet to figure out quite why it's doing that, but okay. I think it's because I got that jump scare early. I don't like things showing up in behind me, more or less without my permission. Now, in the dark, those bots are a little bit easier to see. Not a whole ton, a little bit, just because you can see their glowing eyes. There's also some other ones that come by that have antennas on their heads. And they... Ooh. And they can be seen a little easier with the sparkles on the top of their antenna because it's like electrical sparks. Now, I would not be able to easily pick up the handles of that cart and push it, even though it looks like you can. So that's part of why I figured I would just disassemble it for bits. So you can see that that thing is still on fire. You've got a good resolution distance on this, and I'm actually running. I don't think they have a spec frames counter on this one, but I'm running my 3080, and I can barely hear it in the background. It's great. So yeah, new computer. Very pleased with it. Not that I didn't require it to play this game, but I'll admit it doesn't hurt because you can see a little bit of the stuff waving and so on. I think what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to see if I can take this sign. Oh, I can take the crates? Oh. Heard something I didn't want to hear. I think it's that shack getting ready to fall over. Okay. I think it's the shack falling over. But I'm seeing some sparkles over here that I don't like. So those may be a bot coming to harass us. You can see that when you try to take things apart, you get a tool that helps with that. And you can... So what I'm using is right mouse button. If anyone chooses to try and play this game as well, do be aware that when you're reassigning your mouse buttons or your key combos, it's not necessarily the combination you think it would be. So for example, this one insists on coming up in the screen. It comes up with the right mouse button, but when you actually tell it to be a key combo, it's actually shift left mouse button. But then when you're setting it up, if you actually press right mouse button to try and pick that one as your key assignment, unfortunately, the game will decide that you've actually pressed shift left mouse button and put that in. I have no idea why, but once you've got the assignment set, then it doesn't really matter what you've put in. The assignment you set will work. So for example, I had to tell it I was setting it as shift left mouse button to actually get it to be right mouse button, weird as that is, but then after I set that, it works, so it's not a big deal. Now those fences, unfortunately, although that they showed as though they were, okay, there we go. Although those fences showed as though they were falling and disappearing, that was not me picking them up. The fences, unfortunately, when you take them down, they just disappear. So it's not something you can collect. Now, can I take this sign apart? No, so okay, this tutorial sign has to stay here. Too bad, because I was going to take it for a reminder at the next major stop anyway. So as I meant to say when I was getting distracted, is that if you get knocked out, or, pardon me, starve to death, or run over, trust me, you can run over yourself, it's a little weird. But when you basically go ragdoll, the game actually will dump all of your gear, minus, I think it's your hammer, your lift, and then there's a connector tool you can fashion with parts. But once you've been knocked out like that, the game puts all your stuff into a big sack and just leaves the sacks lying around wherever you've died. So it's worth going back to pick them up. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is nighttime, so I'm hoping that we'll be able to get a little bit lighter here. I'm just going to see if options will let me display. Nope. Well, brightness. Let's turn that. How bright can I get it? Yeah, it's way up. Let's just see what that does. Makes the game kind of gray for me. I'm just going to turn that down a little bit, but not a ton, because I recognize that everybody else needs to be able to see what's going on. Maybe survivable for me. Yeah, that's good. So we'll see if that helps. Fantastic Sherlock Fox, you'll have to let me know if that looks any better as I look around in the shadows and stuff. Because it's also possible that I have my monitor itself up too high. I have a bad habit of doing that. Alright, come on, game. Much better? Okay, good. Yeah, I can manage this. It's a little gray at my end, but I'll take a look at my monitor settings after stream and see. So you can see that while I was doing the running around with plants and so forth, you can see that on my hunger bar and my thirst bar, it's gone down. Now, unfortunately, as nice as it would be, we cannot drink the water. I do not know why they've put that in there, but yeah, it's not possible. Okay, so rather than waiting around, because it looks like it may take 3 stages, and we're still in the first one, I think I'm going to head off to the other spot. Hopefully, I'll be able to pick up some useful stuff there, and maybe some foods and drinks. And we'll see if we can come back here before the bots have actually destroyed everything. So I'm going to keep my hammer out just in case the bots show up. Hammers are quite useful for a lot of things, and we'll probably actually maybe take a stop in between, pick up some more supplies. Actually, would I be better to do that, or... The thing about this game is they actually give you a lot to work with. It's just not always evident. For example, so while I'm here with the plants waiting for them to grow, I can just head over here, hopefully not attract too many bots, and take down this tree. Okay, good. So, now, in order to pick this up, I actually need to smash it up a little bit more to get the bark off, then it lets me refine it. Okay. If I don't refine it, so let's smash up another part of this tree. Just hit a log. There we go. Okay. Oh no, that one. Let's refine it. I can even pick up an unrefined log, so I'll show you in just a second what that looks like. Let's break this tree up a bit more. Bonk. Okay. So if I just were to pick this one up, it's on my shoulder. You can see that, and I can only carry one like that, although I can put them down wherever I want. Like if I put it down like that, it would be vertical, or I can rotate it to lay it down on the ground in different orientations. The problem with carrying one like this, and one of the reasons I don't want to do that, and I'd rather refine it first, is if you refine it, it puts it into a stack in your either your inventory or your hotbar, depending where you're collecting wood blocks, and then you've got your hammer back. If you're carrying a log over your shoulder and a bot shows up, you can be in a little bit of trouble because you can't defend yourself. So the other thing is, if you pick up something or go to smash something that's available to be picked up, it will, so like when it says refine, and where did that other one go? Can't find it. Oh, there it is, over there. If you go to hit it with your hammer, it actually just knocks it around. Okay, and I guess I should show you what's going on here. So where is my block pile? So you can see that my scrap wood block pile is growing. And I'll put out my scrap metal block because that's, I'll show you how that pile's growing. And that's growing as a result of smashing up the robots. What's this food doing? Okay. So food grew, and it looks like it just took one night. So I can pick that up, and I have a tomato. Now, I believe it'll take longer when one runs out of fertilizer. So I have 8 tomatoes. Let's see, what else can we do? Oh, whoops, inventory. While I'm here, I have 20 tomato seeds. Okay, so I could actually plant a whole ton more. What do I got? Carrots, friction, buoyancy. I like the tomatoes to start with, simply because they actually help you with both your hunger and your thirst. Ooh, rough waters. Whereas the carrots don't help you as much with those things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I suspect, even though there's only 8 here, I have a suspicion that I'm probably going to have bots come and harass me, simply because I've gone over the 9 limit in basically one day. So that is not helpful. Okay, I'm also not sure how long it takes for the wood to despawn. So let's see if I can pick this last piece up. Oh, sometimes it can be a little fussy. Okay, so I hit the wood when it was ready to be refined. So if I hit it again, you'll just see I'm knocking it all over the place. And it rolls and it floats, usually. So I'm just going to refine it and pick it up rather than lose it. Come on, you. So you can see if you stop in the middle of an action, it makes you start the action all over again. So I've got 151. Now those blocks are really useful. Let's see, do I want to consider fertilizing these again? Probably, because I had it. I will be out of fertilizer after this point. So actually, maybe... Do I have to fertilize? I don't think so, but never hurts. If I run out, I run out, and we'll just have to figure out what to do with that. I'm going to try and be a little judicious with my food, because in the practice run I tried last night, I ran out of food and was spending lots of time going in cycles starving. So that was not pleasant. Or when I wasn't starving, I was thirsty and dehydrated, and I can't remember what they call that, but basically you get a starve death as well. Okay, now unfortunately the soil, once it's been placed and becomes a blob like this, you cannot pick it up again, as far as I know. I could be incorrect on that one. The two, or my kids would probably be able to tell me on that one. It's one of those pieces that just didn't stick in my head. So as you can see, some of the bushes and trees are not destructible. I can't just go smash anything and everything, but other ones are. Also, some of the big ones, they frequently will come up and tell you, nope, this thing is just too big. So I think this one, oh no, this one isn't too big. Some of them will come up and tell you that it's just too big for your hammer, but this one is not. So some of the skinny trees break in half. Oh, sorry, some of the skinny trees just fall over as logs, and some of the big trees can break into smaller pieces before they. Come on, log. Oops. Give me just 1 second. Sorry for the interruption. So basically, what I had an in-person visit from Star Wars Kid, who's watching my stream from another room, and he just insisted on telling me something about how to run the farming. And while useful, because he doesn't have his own Twitch account yet, he can't actually. Oops, he can't actually give us chat messages about how to do things in game. So yeah, we won't get that all the time. He's just home from school this week. Like he and Sheep Queen are just home from school this week for spring break. And I think, where did I push the others to? I thought there was some more I chased off. Grr. If I lose them, I guess. Okay, that's not a real one. In any case, so yeah, apparently I should be fine because I only have 8. He claims that if I put 9 in all, or more than 9 at once, then I should be okay, or should be seeing bots if I have too many. And so supposedly our 8 we should be fine. I just don't know if that was 8 in 24 hours, or if it was 8, or sorry, if it was 9 in 24 hours, or if it's just 9 in at all, like all at once. So hopefully, I think he says it will be fine. On the other hand, there's also a random number generator that goes along, which means that I could get noticed regardless. I don't even have to trigger that for it to happen. Come on. You gonna let me? So for those of you who haven't played the game before, this game was created as a creative mode game before the survival mode and challenge modes were created. I believe the survival mode was out for quite a while before the challenge mode was brought on. So there's still. I thought I had some logs I pushed along. Well, I guess whatever. But the survival mode has been out for a while before the challenge mode got added. So there's still a little bit to do, I guess you could say. Oh, you know, if I water them, that might help. Nothing's gonna grow if you don't water it. I have to follow the instructions. There we go. Let's try this one. So you can see that having that second bucket is quite useful. The more buckets, the merrier. I gather there's a way to auto water things later on, but that takes some mechanical know-how that my character and the player does not quite have yet. There we go. Things might actually grow now. Otherwise they'll just sit there and look sparkly. Alright, so that looks like I've got everything that I can disassemble at this point. And I've got some food handy, so I'm just going to put that. But I've got a bit of a system going on, so we'll have to see if that system continues to work for me, or if it's or if I have to come up with a new system. Basically, I'm trying to lay things out somewhat similar to what I remember from Minecraft, because I just found it easier to, when I'm switching games, to try and have a hotbar that's laid out in a similar fashion so I know what to expect. Okay, so we don't have a battery for this yet, which means we might as well head down this other road. There's not a lot of point in going behind most of the ship at the moment. I mean, we can give that a shot, but I'm hoping I can make it through the fire without getting seriously burnt. I don't think. It looks like, due to random generation, there isn't something here that was here last night in my test. Though it's also possible that what I was looking for could appear later as a result of something I do to the game, so I don't know how that functions. But we're going to go down and we're going to grab these crates, hopefully not run into a ton of bots along the way. So these things, I'm not quite sure what they're called, they look like crates of some sort, but you smash them open and then you can pick up the pieces. Okay, so we just had a thirsty warning pop up, which means I should probably fill these up. I'm going to have a thirst problem pretty soon here because these buckets are empty, but this time Sheep Queen gave me a tip, and her tip was that this sunshake that I picked up, there's a couple more inside the ship. So since I'm getting a thirst warning, I'll drink this. It says eat no matter what you do, but you can see that the thirst bar went up. So I'm going to go claim some more from inside the ship so that we can avoid that one going forward. So I'm going to throw this. This looks like it was a bathroom. Creepy as that is, you actually can use some of the things in here. This one's busted, but there is...
Hello.
Oh, geez, there is another toilet available elsewhere in the game that I run across. Let's take the shakes. Okay, I'm going to get this dirt out of the way because that's not going to be helpful. I don't want to lose that. Okay, move the blocks. There we go. Alright. Don't want to place blocks. These electrical things really are interesting. Alright. So we still... I think that's everything out of here. I can't see anything else at the moment. There might be something on a shelf over here. Okay, I can take these. These are potatoes. What's that? That looks like a... Oh, okay. I don't know what those are. What are those? Pipes. Okay, I can take short pipes because they're useful for stuff later on. Let's take these blocks. I can build with those. We'll take that, and this is a button, so I'll take that. There, now I have some more blocks. So cardboard blocks are very destructible. You can build with them, but they're very, very destructible. Okay. This, by the way, just so you're aware, guys, is toilet paper. You can't actually do much with that. I've seen people build with it, but it doesn't build very well. I'd rather use cardboard. It's that level of yuck. Let's see. Let's put out this fire because we can. Okay, apparently not. I'll leave those... Rubber ducky and some pipes. I'll leave those for later then. I'm just going to fill these up because it looks like they're quite useful. Good morning, Assorted Marbles. Glad to see you. Long time no see. Doing something a little different today. So this is Whatever Wednesday, and so I play something other than Minecraft. And we've had a vote going on my channel where people could vote whether or not they wanted to see Scrap Mechanic or Myst. The votes were incredibly close to each other. And basically, although I can see as a creator, voting up and voting down on the poll I had, or the post, and it looked like Scrap Mechanic would have been a clear winner, but it actually got voted down just barely beneath Mist. So I don't know if that was intentional or an accident on the part of the people voting. So I figured I would spend this week and next week doing one episode of each of the 2 games, so that people can decide which one they actually like better, having seen a little bit of my style in each one of them. This one I'm very, very derpy in, because although I seem to know what I'm doing at the beginning, or seem to have some knowledge of what I've seen, it's because I've watched other players. It doesn't mean that I actually really know what's going on. So yeah. And I have played Myst before, but it was many, many, many years ago, as in like original Myst. And then I played it once, well, not exactly played it, sort of coached it through once for my son a few years ago, like 2 or 3, and oh, my inventory is full. What can I throw out? What do I not want? At this point, I don't really care for a headlight. So we're gonna just toss that on the ground, and I'll pick up the chemicals, because I'll need those later. Okay, well that's no good, so I've got stuff I can't use. Uh-oh. And it's night. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go check on the vegetables, which I think are this way. I can see the light from the board, I believe. Yeah, there it is. And on the bright side, no bad puns intended, I can actually see around a little bit. Okay, so what do I have that I can start throwing out? Because shack half wall, half shack wall. Okay, so I can make a bit of a shack with that, which doesn't really help me with the food. Let's get some more trees while we're waiting, I think. Because I want the food before I move on too much further. That's the big one. And I kind of, oh, actually, think about it. There's a couple of spots in the ship that are a little bit like chests. You can't pick them up and take them with you, but at least I could store things in there for now and then come back for them later. And that would free up my inventory a little bit. Oops, apparently I could pick that up. Okay, let's try and put in... Let's throw these crates in here for now, because that's not something I'm going to use a whole lot of. Just idly curious, does it let me pick this thing up? Oh. Well, I could pick it up and move it around, but not actually do much with it. Oops. Well, that didn't help. It's... Can I turn it around? Yeah, that's better. What's in here? I can use the microwave. Oh, it's just a 1 slot. Okay. What do I want to throw in the microwave? Don't really want to store much of anything in there. Alright, well at least I've got some stuff just chucked in there to keep my inventory a bit clearer. So I really want to go up in that tower that we had just seen. However, definitely want to try and get this food, and the tower will get us more bits and pieces of electronics. And there's a couple of robots in there, usually are in those towers. Sometimes as you get along, there's more and more in there. Yeah, these survival games are quite tough. I'm playing it on normal mode, but I debated going down to easy mode because it was my first time through, and I was streaming at the same time. But I figured that's... They don't have hard mode. So basically it's normal and... Sorry, easy and not so easy. Oh, good. Veggies! Yay! Can I pick up that one? Okay, good. Oh, they do let me pick up the dirt. I was wrong. I never thought you could. Okay, well, that's good news. So I can steal the dirt, too. Come on, veggies. Grow, please. Oh, this one looks good. Yeah, so I can take these guys, take it with me, and then we don't have to come back for more farming here. We can always do that elsewhere. And I've also got a little bit of food that I can use. Come on, you two. Put up. Wow. Groovy music considering that I'm just farming. Yeah, so once I get to the place I want to build sort of as a base, which is the mechanics station, then it would actually be a little bit better. So what I tend to do, and as I've seen a lot of players do, is they basically try and survive their way over to the mechanics station and just stock up stuff in their inventory as best they can along the way, and then ditch stuff at the mechanic station sort of as their main base or main home. Now when I did my practice through last night, I didn't tear apart the shacks that we had at the practice food station. Probably a silly thought on my part to have done that, but at least I know where things are if I put them there. And what actually might be better, I think, is... Okay, yeah, so I'm going to return this. 10. Do these only stack to 10? Yeah, they only stack to 10. Okay. So I'm just going to reverse my collection here and start putting away stuff that I'm not going to use immediately. That also doesn't stack all that well. So, let's see, I'm not going to use a whole lot of... I mean, crates are not great. The other thing about crates is I can put those on the ground. So, I'll just swap these out for a second. And then I can put the crates on the ground. Like, they stack a little bit nicer. Okay, let's go like this. 1, 2, 3... Could I get a fourth one in there? Or is it going to cause a problem for the cup? Okay, let's pick this cup up, put the crate down. Put the cup there, because I really don't need the cup. And then we're going to get back this one, and this one, and this one. What's this? Backpack. We got a packing lamp. I'm not going to need that. Let's put that away. Alrighty. Probably not going to use this all that fast. Chemicals are not ready for yet, so I will come back for those. And what else am I not ready for? No, I think that's about it, because the rest of this I can use to either make a place to hide or use it as gear. So I think that's about it. I'm going to end up with stuff I need to throw out as we go. Actually, I don't have any use for the potatoes yet. I'll come back for those. Okay. Rearranging inventory. There we go. What's that? Okay, that pipe can stay there. I'm just gonna put the seeds with the seeds. There. Okay. Close enough. So I've got 4 empty slots there, and hopefully some of the stuff that I pick up can stack. Alrighty. So let's get out of here. So when chests become available, I can start sticking things in them. But when it only has one slot, like the microwave had one slot. If I wanted to store, tomatoes or something in the microwave, I guess I could have. But there's no advantage to doing that. And a lot of these big pieces, you can't grab them, you can't refine them, you can't do anything with them. There we go. Sorry, I forgot about the run key. My finger's getting pretty tired here. I switched the run key and they call it crawl key, but really it's the same practical effect. It's the same practical effect as a crouch in Minecraft. So rather than having those two keys swapped and confusing me and getting it wrong like I did when I was playing Oblivion, Oblivion, sorry. Obduction, thank you, not Oblivion. Totally different game. But rather than having those two swapped and causing a problem, I figured I would try and swap them here. I think I might actually end up swapping it back and then trying to change it up in Minecraft. Okay, so these lights are problematic. The reason for that is that they will call a bot. Okay, do I have... Good, that'll stack. Oh, there's a bot over there who's gonna probably come and find me. So let's see if I can refine these before he comes and harasses me. There, that's stacked. Excellent. And that one's stacked as well. Excellent. Okay, so now I can take out this guy because he'll probably get... Uh-oh, here comes the second one. I don't want two on me at once. It's really not high on my list. I don't remember which ones give you what. Some of them give you circuit boards, some of them give you other things. That guy appears to be stuck behind the fire. But with my luck, he's going to change all of a sudden. So I'm just going to see, can I get rid of him before I go blowing stuff up? Can he get close enough to me? Nope. I'm dehydrated. Excellent. Let's try a tomato. That only took me halfway. Let's try one more tomato. That'll get me there for a while. Okay. Darn it. Here he comes. Now, I can back off in a lot of cases. I just was up against a wall in this one, so it's part of why I wasn't able to take him out so easily. Okay, picked up tomato. Let's see, crazy... Oh. Are these just lights, maybe? They just keep moving. Oh, maybe those bots were just there. Okay. So this is another crate. I could leave more stuff here, but I actually would rather just take it, because you can't actually take the whole crate with you. Would be nice, but you can't. So I don't really want to leave stuff up here. What else do I get? Circuit board and some carrot seeds. Okay, how am I doing inventory-wise? 2 slots left. Excellent. I need one of them because, although there's stuff here, you can see just over here there's a red shape, red top shape, and that is the battery that I so desperately need. But I'm going to go around this way first just to make sure I don't have any bots bugging me. Nope. Okay, we're good. Actual food. Yay! Okay, let's make sure. I need that battery really badly, so I'm just gonna pick it up first. There we go. Component kits and seeds. Okay, so those will stack. I don't see anything here that really needs me to put the fire out. I may have missed a box in the back. Anything major? I don't want to fall off the building either. Falling off things is definitely part of this game. As well as getting injured from falls is definitely part of the game. So it's not just the bots that are out to get you. So you can see where we are with relation to the ship, because you can see the smoke plume. Yeah, okay. So let's head up top. And there's probably a bot or two up here. Unless I managed to get them at the bottom, but I doubt that. More tomatoes, yay! I love the tomatoes. Is that anything I can use? No. Okay, let's take this piece and refine it. All right. Anything stackable is a win, right? More gas, more gasoline, and dirt. Okay, those lights are broken. Excellent. Okay, so there is another level.
Hello.
Up top. Fantastic Sherlock Fox, if you could take care of our newest visitor, assuming you've got a moment, that would be appreciated. There are a few things I don't tolerate, and advertising is one of them. Uh-oh, inventory is full, that's bad. What can I ditch? Let's try getting rid of shack roof. Don't think I'm gonna need that. So, and then we can get the beets. It's in this crate. Seeds, and they stack, so we're good. Alright. Smash up this one. So that will stack, and that should stack. Okay, great. So I am about as full as I can get, which means I'm going to head back to... Yeah, I'm going to head back to the... burning ship. And then we can put in this battery. Where did I come up? Over on this side, I think, yeah. So we can put in the battery, and that will allow us to get the one piece I need from here. So there may be a map in this game. If there is, I have not discovered it. I can't recall whether or not other players have noted a map. Now, this spot over there, I don't recall having checked that out. I think that might be another warehouse, which I'm not prepared for going into yet. It doesn't mean that it's not worth doing, but with my inventory full, I don't think I really want to have my backside handed to me that quickly, but I do know where it is. So, anyways, the piece I'm looking for... Thank you, Fantastic Sherlock Fox. The piece I'm looking for is, there's a logbook in here that will give me a waypoint to be able to use to get to the mechanic shop. So the idea being, if you've got a problem with your ship, they say check out the mechanic shop. Well, so the mechanic shop is sort of where I want to have my next major stop. Oops, and I need... Did I already... Yeah, okay, I already cleared up that one. So let's grab something with water in it and throw the water. So I can't get in there yet because it needs power. But I have the battery. And I can put that in here. Power restore doesn't do much of anything. We can use this bot, which can make us a connect tool. So I will quickly do that. Actually, well, I'm trying to decide if I need to do that or not. Probably not, because I can't carry in his other junk anyways. I can make that connect tool elsewhere. But this is what I really want. So I want the logbook. Once you've done that, you can't actually do anything else whatsoever with this terminal. But the logbook shows us the crash site where we are, right? And if you set a waypoint, it'll actually set a little marker so you can find your way back here. But now we're headed to the mechanic station. And if you set the waypoint for that, when we head outside, you'll see a little marker point that shows you where the mechanic station is. We've got vessel status disabled, mission status aborted. So your mission's totally over. Connection failed, retrying. Hull integrity is a mess. Light support system is a mess. Communications, of course, mess. can't go anywhere. Possible cause, kinetic impact or bombardment. So basically it seems to think that we were shot at. And then, so the vessel's unfit. Please contact your nearest mechanic station for assistance. Well, it's not going to be all that useful, but the mechanic station is definitely where we want to go next because it'll be useful to us, just not to anybody else. So there's nothing in here, I think. I just want to double check. Yeah, nothing in here that we need, and I'm not going to take that with me because there's far too much chance of running into bots on the way. So you can see now we've got a logo on the horizon showing us where we are to find a mechanic station. We will run into bots along the way, which is a big pain in the neck. However, we should be able to get there, hopefully in one piece. So, even though we have a logbook, it does not give you a map, which would be really nice. You know, that would be helpful. This beacons button, I don't know what the beacons does yet. There's probably something that it does later on, but I don't know yet. So as we saw earlier, there's a warehouse, and I'm not actually wanting to go to the warehouse and fight the bots at the moment. What I'm really wanting to do is figure out how to more or less bypass the warehouse for now, but I do want to get down to the road, because running on roads makes life a lot easier in this game. Just it's no real faster, but it does seem to help get places. And sometimes you'll find spots along the way that are useful. Okay. Nope, there's a bot I don't want to deal with. Hopefully he won't notice me. In early game, even though you can build vehicles, it's actually, until you start getting half-decent parts, it's actually faster to run. So I did build a test vehicle last night, and it was basically a mattress bed. So we were riding around on a three-wheeler with a mattress. Unfortunately, I mean, being a three-wheeler, it's very tippy. They actually have some interesting uses of physics in this one, so a lot of it seems relatively like you would expect in the real world, but some of it is a little bit excessively goofy, I guess. So things do fall over, and sometimes things will be able to stick to stuff that you expect it shouldn't be able to stick to. So I'm going to take a quick look in the station, but because our inventory is fairly full, if it's something that won't stack, I'm going to try and leave it behind. You can actually pick up a lot of this stuff and take it with you. So in other words, I could come back and actually disassemble these stations. I just don't have the space in the inventory for it right now. So I think these... oh, those are potatoes. Okay. Great, but not helpful at the moment. Dirt. Tomatoes. So those may stack a little bit. And then let's go up here. So yeah, I can actually take all of this apart. And so when I built my bed last night, I stole one of these things and I put wheels and stuff on it. And it was just a really, really strange looking contraption. Okay, so there was nothing useful at the moment there. What have we got on this side? Okay, first off, quick scan for bots. Don't see anything. Okay, so we can... those are potato seeds. We don't want those right now. Beet seeds. The reason I'm ignoring potato seeds right now, and I will come back for them, is not just limited inventory space. Oops, which I may have just messed up and filled up. But the other reason that I don't care for them at the moment is that potatoes, you can't eat them in this game. You can use them for ammunition, for a spud gun, but at the moment I don't have a spud gun, so I don't see any point in taking the seeds for the ammunition just yet. It doesn't mean I'm going to wait. Oh. Don't know if you can hear that. Okay, there's a bot I'm going to have to fight, I think. So I just have to come out here. Yeah, you can hear mechanical noises as these things start approaching. you can hear the mechanical noises as these things start being in the area. And so, yeah, you don't want to be paying no attention and then have the mechanical noises completely skipped. Okay, where was I going? To... Oh, there it goes. Okay, it's over there. So if I keep following the road, then we should get to the mechanic shop fairly quickly. I'm watching out for sparkles because on the left, I just noticed a few that are likely to be another bot. And I don't particularly want to have them attack me at this hour. Though there appears to be a day and night cycle, aside from farming, I haven't yet figured out quite why a day and night cycle matters. It doesn't, I mean, it makes it harder to see bots, for sure. But it doesn't seem to preclude us from actually getting anywhere or doing anything. So you can see off in the distance that we're starting to get towards the mechanic shop. Have a great one, Assorted Marbles. Hope to see you again soon. Thank you very much for dropping by. Wow. Okay, so it looks like I really have to fix a lot of these timers and shutouts because they're layering on top of each other like crazy. So I think we're going to have a bit of a problem. So you can see there's a bot over here. It's difficult to see on the stream screen, but there's some blue sparkles popping out at the top, and that would be the electrical from the top of that bot's antenna. I know in one of these rooms there's always a bot in one of these three, so I don't want to fight that at the moment. I'm going to try and check out this spot. Okay, yeah, that looks empty. And we're going to need a power battery for this one. Unfortunately, I cannot go and pull it out of the other machine. It is not doable. I'm trying to remember where I picked it up last night, but I'll figure that out. I think it's in one of the rooms just off to the side. I'm just going to start stacking the dirt just to keep my inventory cleaner. Okay, and we can actually stack these up quite high. Oh, whoops, I put it in the wall. Not like that. That'll do. Okay, what else can I put down? I guess I can start putting seeds on the table. Hello. So if you shift click things from your backpack to the main inventory, then it makes it go quicker. Otherwise you can just click and drag. I do find it funny though, when you're just putting stuff down, it still hammers it into place. It's kind of amusing. Okay. Oh, and there's some more dirt. I'll move this one and that one. So what I'm going to do actually with the wall, stack up there some more. Come on. What I'm going to start doing with these walls is I'm going to start blocking off parts of the lower section of this, just so that... Come on, can you stand, please? Maybe I can't. There we go. I would like to actually start building a bit of a barrier to try and keep some of the bots out. Not very effective, but at least it, for argument's sake, it feels good. There. It's not going to help a whole lot, but at least it means that if something goes wrong, I won't have a whole ton of them traipsing through here. Alright, what else do I have? So I'm going to probably have to go and investigate the rooms in behind. I don't like doing it after dark. There's no real bonus to before dark, after dark, or any other time. But I just don't like doing it after dark. Personal taste. Okay, it's a component of some sort. Let's start putting those on the floor, because I'm going to need that. And we'll put that over there. Switches. You can store the switches on the wall, right? There we go. Oops, do I have more than one? Oh, I do. Okay, do these stack? No. But these things do. Okay. Hello. How tall can I make this pile? Come on, components, please stack. Some of the placing can be a little fussy in this game. There we go. And let's see. Just the less I have, the less I have in my inventory, then if something goes wrong and a bot gets me, then I don't have to worry as much about what I was missing. Gasoline, you can just for now, right there. So I don't have an engine for it. More seeds. Probably shouldn't take all my food with me, but I am at the moment. Okay, let's turn those. Oh, I'm thirsty. Okay, well I can replenish these, so let's eat another one of those. Alright, that'll get me a little bit for a while. And let's put... Okay, so I've got extra pieces I don't want to get rid of, or don't want to lose, but don't want to... Okay, so I got all kinds of bits and bobs. Once we get storage space, it'll be a lot easier. Just throw... Oh, the bearings can't go on the wall. Fantastic. They can go on the sides of all kinds of stuff. Okay, so in that case... Let's put these 8 blocks... When you get beyond what you can, or what you have, then you can see they've got 8 here, and then if I go one more, it turns red, so that's partly how I know what I've got for pieces. Let's put the bearings down just to get them out of the way. Ah, oops. That's not what I wanted to do. I'll put the bearing here, and there. What did I do with that block? There. Okay, I'm going to line these, just let that sit up against the wall. And what else have I got? Okay, so this one, and they got all kinds of bits and pieces, like pipes and tubes and stuff. Not too worried about that, so I'll just leave those in my bag. Alright, so let's just take this piece and add it to the wall. Oh, so if I end up back at that other tower, I can grab the other roof piece. I didn't realize it was that big. Okay, so we're starting to get towards morning. So I think I'm in good shape to go and take on these rooms. So in one of them, there's going to be a bot. And I can't get into that tower or into these pipes as far as I know. So, at least not yet. Let's start with room 3. This one seems to be bot free, so I will go in. Now what I like to do is I'm going to actually smash the door the other way, because then it gets stuck. Yeah, it gets stuck, and the advantage to that is that it doesn't swing in and out anymore. Now, just in case I have a problem, let's try and use this bed. And you can see at the top it says respawn point saved. So that means that if I jump out of the bed and then something happens, I will respawn nearby. I hear the robot, so he's probably in the next room, which highly sucks because I hate them. It's probably going to be this one. Yep, there he is. Let's take his bits. Anything else I can get? And refine this. The last thing I want to do is get trapped in a room with them, so let's just shove this door open. There. And there's the battery I was looking for. Excellent. Alright. So yeah, big tip I'd heard was because sometimes these things respawn, like the bots respawn, you don't want to be setting your spawn in a room where you've seen a bot, because sometimes they'll respawn in the same room. But yeah, people have said don't refurbish the rooms that had the bots in them. Or we should not refurbish these places at all. But frankly, I've yet to see a bot, I guess, in one of these rooms. The more I can jam the door open, the better. It's kind of nice that these doors don't have durability on them. Is there anything else I want in here? Oop, I'm hungry. That's no good. That didn't help much. Let's try one more. Alright. So even if I clear... Yeah, okay, there's nothing I want in here, so I'm going to grab the hammer, head back out. Yeah, the second door's open enough. Don't really like this first one. Can I get it open anymore? Let's see. Nope, that's it for that one. Okay. So then I'll take the battery we've got and go plug it in.
Hello?
Hello! Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead and you can say what you like. I only request that we don't have a ton of major storyline spoilers. And the other thing, well, let's put storyline, sorry, like far off spoilers. The other part of it is if one makes a suggestion, just be aware that I may decline to take your suggestion. So that otherwise you're welcome to say what you like, for the most part. But welcome aboard, Red Eye Gaming. I'm very pleased to see you. And thank you for being so polite to ask, because not everybody does. And it's sort of more uncommon. I'm sure I'm going to be talking back to these robots and telling them to hush. What do we got? Craftbot. I don't have the stuff for that. I need 10 and I only had 5. I only had 6, I think, component kits, including the one I'm carrying. And definitely not enough scrap metal blocks. So there's no craftbot yet. I don't have regular metal blocks yet, so no cookbot. That's not good news. Dress bots, I'm going to generally skip because it's just making your character look different. It doesn't give you any better armor. Ooh, thank you for the heads up, Red Eye Gaming. So, is it usually the same room? So if I found him in the top room, then it's usually the same one? Because I'm thinking if it is, then I can probably just avoid him, unless I intentionally want the metal. Same room? Awesome. Then that's good. It also gives me the opportunity that if I'd rather, to avoid him running out at me, I can close that room up and potentially block it. And then I'd have him sealed in and put one of those, like, steal a do not enter sign for one of the side carts and throw it on the door to remind myself not to actually go in there. So I mean, there's ways around it. Okay, let's just stack this junk up. Well, it's not junk yet, but okay. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's at 6. So I'm just gonna take this one off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So then I know I have 7, and that's not enough. Okay. What else am I carrying? Okay, so nothing useful there. But because I know I can, let's put one over here, and I love this tool, so I'm just gonna get that out of the way. Let's take 2 of these. And we're gonna make a craft or a connect tool. That's actually kind of a silly thing to do because I wasn't intending to build a vehicle just yet, but it's helpful enough. I might build one of those wood collection things just for convenience, but it's not super helpful. So, to do just about anything else, I'm going to need to get a lot more pieces and parts. So we have a couple of options. We can try and attack stuff and see what we get, because we're definitely going to need that for the metal. This thing is cool. So what this thing is used for is it's when you're going to be connecting, say, bearings to an engine or your driver's seat to something else. So you can see the bearings we put down earlier, they've now turned blue because you want to be able to connect them to things. But we've got nothing to connect it to. On the bright side, though, The Connect tool is one of those items that if you do get knocked out, you don't lose it. So you can actually recover a little quicker, I guess. All right. Let's see. Do I have... So for making just about anything else... Cardboard blocks. Do I really want to waste wood to make cardboard blocks? That's kind of silly. So I'm going to... You get 20 of those for spending 5 of the wood blocks. So I guess that's not necessarily a super bad trade. Scrap seat's actually more of a passenger seat, so not super useful at the moment, particularly since I'm a solo player, so what's the point to that? Scrap driver's seat, you definitely have to have a driver's seat if you're going to drive any sort of vehicle. While I do have the materials for that, I'm going to hold off for a second. We've got, yeah, because I don't have enough to build both the driver's seat and an engine. So being as we don't have things like bicycles, then having a seat without an engine is not super useful. Let's see, I've got 2 tires, so I could build more, but I have not explored around the building, and usually there's more nearby. And then of course I've got 1 switch, which I can always make another one. So, and then there's buttons. I love it because as long as you hold the button down, something is activated. As soon as you let go, it stops, which is kind of like a gas and brake pedal, and I may end up using it for something like that in the future. And this one is rather literally your binary on-off switch. So yeah, that was actually one of the mistakes I made in my test run last night. Was I used the switch I had to turn my engine on and off, which I probably would have been better off to actually use a button instead, because once it flipped over and dumped me on my head, then it didn't help a whole lot. Okay, what do I have in my... So we've got a water bucket, another water bucket, and a third one. I don't think I'm going to need 3, so just in case something goes sideways, I'm just going to force build this one to go onto the table so I don't lose it. There. All right, so we've got some food, and we've got a little bit of food anyways. So what I might be better off to do is take a few of these. 5, 10, not going to do that. Let's start with the tomatoes, because I know they're useful for now. I'll come out here. I'm probably going to want to move this later, but I think for now I'll just start with a farm right out in this little sunny spot out here. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I like even numbers, so that's why I'm going with 8 rather than, say, 9 or something, even if I could have more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that was kind of dumb because it only... Oh no, I got 2 buckets. That's good. That'll do. So this one needs water. Let's see, can I... What happens if I throw it towards the second one? Okay, I only got that one. Not a surprise. At least I don't have to stand right by the ones I want to do. Oop, fill. There we go. Thank you. Some of these can be a little janky, but it's not necessarily just the game doing it. I've noticed in a couple of other games that I've got a bit of a weird behavior going on with my mouse. It could be that I just need to clean it, but sometimes it will click my right mouse button, or well, actually, let me correct that. It will perform the action from whatever was attached to my right mouse button in Minecraft. So for example, if you're familiar with that game, it will fire a bow, which is a right mouse click and then let go. But for some... Okay. But for some reason, in this game, it hasn't had that problem yet, though I'm expecting that it probably will at some point. Now, I don't have fertilizer, so there's a possibility that I did something incredibly dumb by planting these, or it'll take forever and a day. But at the moment, it's better than a kick in the pants. So let's go put the rest of this back, just in case something goes sideways. And I also get to have some inventory space free. And we'll stack these back up. Inventory management I'm usually pretty terrible at in this game. So as you can see, I'm carrying around a bunch of stuff I don't need to. On the other hand, where was I going with this? Oh, I heard something. On the other hand, when you can see some of your inventory, just having it all stacked up, that's quite helpful. Yeah, so if room 2 probably will have another bot later on. That's probably what the people I was reading about were saying is more that not to, what's the word? Refurbish the room that the bot was in, because the bot might respawn. I don't really intend to refurbish any of the rooms, at least not for quite some time in the game, simply because I have no need. I don't find it's not useful. I'm not a super decorating kind of person. But we'll see how this goes. Alright, let's go for a run. Oy. The custom shutout thing that seems to be erroring is actually going to bug me until I fix it. So I'm going to have to try and play with that after. Because for some reason that user is the only one where his custom shutout is a bit weird. So I think I copy-pasted something wrong in one of my files. So if you're wondering where I'm headed, I'm just going back up the road to see what I can see. I mean, I might get the attention of the bot that I was looking at earlier. If he still... Oh, there's one. There's a farm bot. So I don't really want to go looking for trouble. On the other hand, could definitely use some more scrap metal to start with. But I'm headed back and intending to slowly disassemble these pieces. Actually, since I've got the space, I'm also tempted to go hit up that warehouse. Because there's lots I can steal from these two. Do I want to just... yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to take this place apart, I think. There's the do not enter sign I wanted. That reminds me not to go up to the top room. Is there anything here? Not really. Nothing that I can't handle. Okay. No, that's not what I want. I want this one. Silly. Silly Dylan. There we go. Take this. So when you're removing things, red is showing what you're going to remove. Whereas when you're building things, red shows you when you've run out of blocks. Antenna. Huh. Don't have any idea what I would use that for. Looks cool though. Let's put that away. If I don't, if I run out of inventory space, then the antenna is going to go for sure. Let's take these pieces because they make great parts of the walls. Yeah, I don't think I need that, but whatever. Let's see about this one. I mean, yes, it means I'm living in a shack, but at least it gets me stuff to start building with without spending some of these blocks on walls. And we'll see about the inventory whether or not I want to try a mattress car again. That was actually kind of fun. Let's see. Don't really have the space for it. Oops. Let's put this one away. And this one away. And those stacks, let's get rid of this. It doesn't look like it's a stacking item. And that won't be stacking either. What am I standing on? Oh. Okay, there's a wall there. Alright. Don't really want the awning. Yay, physics. So this looks like an air conditioning unit. Not so useful, but it'll fall. Okay, no, I don't want the plant. Do I want the mattress? Do I have the space? Sure. Why not? Why not? Okay, let's start taking this floor apart. Come on. Taking this stuff apart is going to take a little bit of practice to learn how to do it easily. There goes the plant. You love using the air conditioners. What do you use them for? Just decoration? Or is there some actual other thing you choose to use them for? I mean, in truth, I could actually just turn this into a proper shack for me, but I don't really know if I want to at this point. Just get it out of the road. Starter farm defense and farming bots with them. Huh. Interesting. I have no idea about that. That's pretty cool. Do you mean just more in the way of like using them as part of your walls, or is there something else that you can do with them? By the way, thank you for jumping aboard. I have watched a few videos and my kids have played this game, but I have not played this game before, so it's news to me. What did I just pick up? Awnings. Shack shade sails. Ugh. Well, not so useful, but whatever. Lights. Lights, camera, action. Okay, I'm going to run out of space here. Yeah, inventory full. So instead, let's keep taking apart things that can stack. So if you look at the durability on the air conditioner... Oh, I see. Okay, so the durability is a lot higher than like, say, cardboard blocks or whatever. Like your durability in your bed's pretty terrible, for example. And durability on your shack walls is pretty crummy too. So then by having higher durability, then it's something that the bots can't smash through as easily. That's one of the disadvantages to making walls out of, say, cardboard. So if you take a look at a scrap wood block, your durability is at least a 2 on the right-hand side. You can see your weight, durability, friction, buoyancy, and can it burn. But the durability on these ridiculous shack shade sails is pretty bad. I mean, things that you don't really care about, like if they smash a light, they smash a light, whatever. The shack roof, on the other hand, has a durability of 3, so it would be actually better than the walls themselves. Oops, wrong way. And actually, if I think about it, where is it here? The net blocks actually have a durability of 3 as well. So if I'm building walls out of them, they're even better than the scrap wood blocks. They're not as good as scrap metal. I mean, the durability is the same, but some of the other factors aren't as useful. And I love they call it net block, but truthfully, anybody who can see it recognizes it as a chain link fence. This thing is rather pointless, but looked cool. So if I have to ditch something, it'll be that. Just because these block pieces are far more useful than that one. And at this point, I can come back for it, right? Oh, inventory is full, so not that one. Oh, I see what's going on here. I'm hearing all kinds of weird groan noises in the background. I did not realize that my character was hungry. Tomatoes aren't the greatest food, but they help with the thirst level, at least. What was I doing? Okay, let's take that out. So I'm going to take everything I possibly have room for. How far have I played the game before playing now? Last night I was just puttering around for about 3.5 hours. I didn't actually get very far. I didn't take this place down. I actually spent more time mucking around with getting just enough supplies to be able to make a bed, because I could. Not a bed, sorry, I called it my bed racer, but really, it's just a bed on wheels that had a total scrap engine and putzed around with that for a little bit. I'll admit I was also watching Twitch in the background, so squirrel a lot. If you get to know me a little better, you'll know that I squirrel incredibly easily. It's actually quite frustrating. Although I had a good chuckle at a few of the different things in this game. I mean, there's the outhouse that we shall see. I discovered that last night and had a good chuckle over that one. Okay, what's this? Is inventory too full for those? What have I got? Okay, antenna is going to go goodbye. Let's ditch that. Antenna, you can go just over there because you look like a plant. You have to stick to something, don't you? Oi. Go over there. Who would want to buy this fruit cost anyways? 2 for 3. It's like, yeah, no way. 2 for the price of 3? What a ripoff. So yeah, I mean, now I've watched a bunch of these videos with my kids, and then they've played a fair bit. But mostly, like, they do play... Oh, oops, I don't want that. They do play in survival mode, but they tend to play in creative mode mostly. At least by the time they tell me about it, at least it's creative mode. You're gonna go away. And so they've built all kinds of silly things and blow stuff up, you know, as kids do. Other people may pop in and offer a lot more advice. Might want to add the tag "no spoilers" or "no backseating" on Twitch. I believe I don't have the tag part on there, but yeah, it's a good point. It is a part of my chat rules, so I will definitely do that. And in all honesty, if they backseat a lot after a warning, then I will just boot them. So, yeah. I mean, in all honesty, if my character achieves the t-shirt of "you're playing it wrong," I think I'll just stick with that, because that says everything in a nutshell. Right there. You know? You don't have to worry about people telling you you're playing it wrong if you're wearing your shirt that says you're playing it wrong and you know it. Most of my stream tags will probably, if I'm playing this game, will probably be something along the lines of "come watch me derp some more." You know, or derping my way through it, or something equally silly. Just referencing the newbiness of my experience with this game. And the fact that I'm intending to be incredibly casual, and if it's not fun, then I'm not going to do it. Right? So, yeah. Come on. I have to do this one. There we go. Inventory is too full for that, so I can take individual blocks. Wow, I'm at that stage. That's really sad. So I can take individual rows, but I don't have room for the whole platform. That's really sad. But I really appreciate that you're giving me the heads up. Like, that's... I've only actually been a streamer for, oh, geez, 2 months, I guess? Maybe? 3 months? Yeah, about that. And, oh, how full is the inventory? 1 block at a time now, huh? So I'm still getting into the routine of it all. And there's a lot of stuff to get worked on. Okay, so I am plumb full on that type. Is there anything else here I can actually take right now? Oh, there's a few more of these blocks out back. Okay, I can take these. Then I have to go make a drop-off. Okay, is there any more of that corrugated roof in this building? Wow, what a mess. Mechanic shop was that way. Oh, hurt him. Don't like him. Ooh, bots beating each other up. They can do that. I will stay out of the way. What's this? Oh, no, I don't want the wok steak right now because I have to cook that. Eek! Maybe roads are safer. They're at least open so that I can see the bots if they're coming. Reminds me a little bit of World of Warcraft, actually, where though the paths pre-run were not perfectly safe, they were a lot safer, particularly if you stayed in the center of them, than they are on the sides. So for new players, it was actually the best to stay right in the center. Now, for anyone unfamiliar with the game, I actually didn't pre-plan the way the Twitch overlay layout happened to go over top of this game, but the only thing that you're missing, most of it seems to be uncovered, but the only thing that was missing at all is in the bottom right corner, underneath where you see the socials. I've got an eye with a little backpack picture that tells me I can open my inventory that way, although B for backpack also works. Then I've got L for the logbook, and H for help manual, which is anything but. The help manual was not so useful, so I didn't worry about it too much. Let's see. Why not? I'll stick it up to the edge of the other one. Hello? Okay, up to the wall. No, not that way. Not that way. Really? Come on. Okay, there we go. The build system is a little fussy in my mind. So the shack walls are not very strong, but they will get me going to start with, and I will be able to upgrade it as materials allow. Yes. Yeah. That logbook is useful. You might be able to tell me, do you know if there's actually a map later on in terms of, like, you can see where you've been? Because that would just be quite high on the useful scale. Bigger piece. No map. Darn it. Darn, darn, darn. Oh well. You know. We can survive without that. I mean, it's not critical. I'm one of those people that may actually end up writing my own map as we go. Just because... Really? No? Vertical, please? Thank you. That way. Just because it helps me know where I am and left turn to here and right turn to there. But have not done that yet, as you can tell. Would have asked the question if I had known the answer, so... Come on. No, anything but on the ground, please. Thank you. There's weird gaps in this wall, but that's okay. This one and that one should get me closer to the end. Let's put this one here. And I know in a lot of cases that I probably don't need to put this up unless I've done something stupid like get myself a bot train where they're all chasing me. Yeah. But I have not done so. In which case, I'm just kind of curious to see what these do. Do they insist on... Oh, it does let me put them that way. Haha. Decorative, sure. Oops, I'm hearing bots, so I'm suspecting I probably have somebody. Now, I mean, for all I know, they could have put that into the ambience. I'm just curious, how big a hole do I need to get through? Yeah, okay, good. The game is designed in such a way you have to pull things out. In that case, then, I will take this one and swap it onto the other side for a couple of those narrow ones. Let's take this one out. And this one out. That one in. Let's take out this one. Sure. There. That way I've got some in and out small spaces. This flag is god-awful ugly. What is the durability on that? Yeah, it's kind of useless anyways. Okay. Come on, you. And this one. Yeah, it's a little bigger on this side, but that's okay. Alright. Piece of junk. I will just turn it and stick it over there. Once I get a dress spot, actually, it might be kind of fun to use these curtain things just to make like a little pretend change room. Okay, so, but that's like way down the road. What have I got here? Still nothing worth making. Oh right, I forgot to check out how much I needed up top for the good, half-decent machines. Okay, so cookbot's going to take 10 of those, and 90 of the scrap blocks. Okay, I don't have that. That's the craftbot, sorry. Cookbot's out of question, so we need 90 of the scrap, and then circuit boards and component kits. Okay, so I have only got 50 of the scrap, plenty of wood, and what was that? Fence was 3, and the air conditioner was a lot. Oh right, I know what I wanted that for. Shack lights. And then do not disturb for the other place. Got it. It's funny how time flies in this one, even though I'm not doing much of anything. And I'm surprised that anybody's still here. Alright, so I just need to move this type and put that bed out there. So I'm gonna just put that up against the wall for now. Maybe. Come on. There we go. Storage. Storage. Okay, how are those doing? Food! Yippee skippy! 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go back and find some more oh, I do have more seeds. So 1. Oh. Have I built the craft bot in the other game? No, I have not. The only reason I did anything in advance in a test world was so that I actually could get used to the buttons, like the controls that I wanted set up, and get a bit more used to some of the various sounds that are heard in the game, just so that when they come up in game here I could recognize them a little bit more separately from the background music that I play. But if there's any tips or tricks or things that you think I should know, feel free to drop them down and let me know about it, because at this point in the game, the more the merrier. I've also heard via the youth grapevine that every once in a while it's good to take a break from... There we go. It's good to take a break from farming, because it can... you'll get a random number generator, more or less, that'll say whether or not you're going to get bots to come destroy your farming. And one more. There we go. The other tip they did say is, yeah, you don't have to worry about watering it one by one, which is helpful. Okay, and because I'm putting things away, I'm just going to go mark this one. Make sure nobody's home first. And yes, I know I'm hungry, but I'm not quite starving yet. Let's close this door. There we go. Do not enter. Can I put that up anywhere? Can't put it on the door, but I can put it right here. That'll remind me enough. Whoops. Seriously? So down, 2, 3. Let's try that. There we go. Okay, that should remind me not to go in that room. And the other two are propped open. No. The other thing I did a lot last night is I didn't actually farm. I probably should have, but I didn't. So I actually was doing death runs back and forth. Yeah, I'm assuming the main goal is to make the craft bot. Good, thank you for the reminder. As I said, I do squirrel. Part of the reason I squirrel like that is... Actually, there isn't a reason for it. Aha. I know I'm going to regret eating all my carrots, but at least it'll get me going for a bit. Okay. Inventory. I don't need 2 buckets, but I probably don't need to carry them either. Let's put that up there, just to free up spaces. Food. Blocks. Okay, let's put these away, because I don't need those. And I have more... what do you call it? More wood that I can shake a stick at for now. I know I'm going to need that fairly quickly here. Okay, 6, 4. Just pick up these, and then put down all 10. There we go. And take the lights. I'll just throw the lights up here. Let's try one over there. And put the other one over here. Okay, so craft bots. I needed more of those and more of these, which basically means I have to go and go building. Not go building, sorry, go hunting. That's what I'm looking for. Go hunting. And I'll probably need more scrap metal too. Actually, it's probably easier if I look at this one, set my waypoint, and yeah, head over roughly in that direction. Because then there was plenty of bots in between. Here's one. The other thing is my bot fighting skills are pretty terrible. Just so everybody's aware. One down. Excellent. Somebody told me there's a block command, and I'm just gonna see if it actually shows it. Nope. Move, look, sprint, jump, crouch. No, it does not. I don't know if that's something you can get later, or if it's something you can get now. Ooh, that's nearby. Oh, another one's towers. Fantastic. Ah. Okay. It might be more of a creative thing, or possibly it was a mod. But yeah, so what I've seen in the block, what it does is that it just simply, yeah, I don't usually do mods. There may be down the road quality of life mods that I will do, but I don't usually do mods in the general sense. And easy reason for that is because it makes it difficult for anybody else to just pick up the game and play and potentially do what I'm doing, whether I do well or whether I derp. Actually, I can come back for these because I know this place is here. I thought I heard one. So I would rather be out in the open when fighting. There we go. Yep, there's one. Are you gonna find me, or am I gonna find you? I'm gonna find you. Hey, buddy. Come back here. Come on. I'm gonna bet you hit harder because you're running, huh? There's the components. Or the circuit board, sorry. I have a feeling that if I go all the way down here, I'm going to regret it. Yeah, those buildings are the type I usually regret. Especially with that so nearby. But yeah, so basically the one I've seen where there would appear to be a block motion, what it does is your hand turns over. So rather than be holding your hammer from underneath, it just picks up the hammer, like almost does like an arm curl motion, and then your grip changes just to flip overhand instead of under like it is right now. And I'm not even sure what I just did there because, oh, I moved. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so it just flips to change that way. Okay, do I want to attack that place? Let's just see what's up the road here. So I'm going to end up drawing myself maps, I think. Either that or be all cheaty and consider getting a quality of life mapping add-on that just does it for me. The reason for that is actually for stream purposes. If I was playing on my own without streaming, I wouldn't do something like that. But the reason I would do that is because I tend to get really lost. And so rather than wasting live stream time to be finding where I am when I'm lost is not good viewer content in my opinion. Hello, Mr. Walk. Oh yes, corn. There's probably corn near the not that way. Near the mechanic shop. So corn will get me milk from the walks, which I've yet to figure out what to do with in turn. But I do know I cannot eat a walk steak. So I've seen walk steak and I just left it behind. Hunting time. Hello. Can I hit you before you hit me? Okay, well I'm not necessarily as terrible at this as I thought, as long as I don't get bombarded by a lot of bots all at once. Look at the log for a few seconds, and then look for another option you may not know is there. Okay. Crashed ship. I see a screwdriver. Crashed ship. Mechanic station. Beacons, yes. So I don't know how to use them, though, is the problem. So if you're willing to explain that one to me, I would very much appreciate it, because the little bit I saw on a wiki was incredibly vague. The person who wrote the article had no idea really what they were for. They say, you hit the beacon button. Ah, so I have to craft them, yes. Okay, well, I have no problem with that as a concept, but as you rightly pointed out, that's all post-craft bot, so I'm really glad to know that I can do that. Okay. Too many lights, but there's somebody here who's on their own, so I could probably take that one out. Are you hiding? Oh, no, that's not a bot, that's a box. Do I have enough? No. I've got 6, that'd make 8. 4 of those things, no, not enough. I need 10. Sparkles, okay, there's one up top. Ah! So you're saying I can drop beacons at my selected locations and then set them, and then they'll give me little waypoints, kind of like the crash ship and the mechanic shop. Yes, I'm well aware that I've gone the opposite direction, by the way, from the mechanic station. I should probably reset my waypoint there, because that's where I'm going to want to go back to. I was originally headed back towards the ship to pick up the junk that I had left in the cabinet, but decided to take a different route and didn't get lost, but I guess I'm exploring. Oop, another bot. Come here, buddy. So the big key is finding one when it's alone. I don't want to attack a crew if they're in the middle of fighting each other, because I would not survive that very well. The other thing I keep getting told is it's all about timings. And what I mean by that... Wow, I went overtime. What I mean by that is that with the bots, if they are coming at you, then you just got them one by one. Okay, so I see another bot. I think what I'm going to do Doody-doo. That'll work fine. So I'm going to play a little bit with camera for a second. Yoink. That's me. Hello, walk. Can't remember how to get a face view on these puppies. Well, in any case, I'll leave it here because I'm not fully sure how to turn the camera around yet. So I'll have to take a look at those settings. Let's see. H, do they have it? Camera. Not on this page. Hotbar, inventory, camera in and out, alt. Yes, that doesn't help me. How to build a device? No, I don't need that. Triggers, controllers, logic, driver's seat, lift, connect tool. Yeah, so I need to be in a seat to do that. Thank you for the heads up. But in any case, here's the back end of what I looked like. And there's a walk in the distance. So we are going to just wait for the sun to come up a little bit. Oops, I'll have to go back in. Apparently I can squat. Yes. Oh yes, no, I've seen the toilet that it actually says usable, which I find kind of amusing. So, you can see that I have no shoe. That's me. So my regular schedule, since I might as well wrap it up here, I usually only stream about 2 hours. The regular schedule I usually have is Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. Mountain until noon Mountain is Minecraft, and then Wednesdays is known as Whatever Wednesday. At the moment, we've got a vote going on as to whether it's going to be Scrap Mechanic or the new re-release of Mist by Cyan. And, oops. Apparently I can squat again. And jump. So, yes, there we go. Alt didn't want to scroll in and out for me for a while. So in any case, that's what I'm playing is the new Mist game or Scrap Mechanic. The votes were really, really close, so I'm doing one episode of each. And this was the Scrap Mechanic one for this week. And then the other one was is going to be next week. So next week on Wednesday will be Mist. This weekend, this is where things come out kind of funky. If you're into Minecraft... Oh, I see what you're saying. No, I don't think I really want to be doing that. Family friendly and all that. Why not? Because I can. Okay, watch this. Yeah. You can sit on the toilet. In any case, so... oh boy, I can't stay there. And it has the lovely little noise to go with it, too. Great. Okay, at least remember to flush. Not everybody does, which is kind of sad. Anyways, where I was going with that, sorry, was this weekend, if you're into Minecraft, the multiplayer server I play on will be having a stream weekend. And so I've got 2 slots, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. And then there are some other really, really great people there, so do consider checking them out and giving them a follow if that's your cup of tea. And I hope to see as many of you as I can. Otherwise, I will be back at the same channel time, same channel location. So next Wednesday, I know as I said it'll be Mist. If you want to like or drop a follow, like is more of a YouTube thing, feel free to do so. I welcome as many people as would love to hang out and chat. Tips, tricks, or just watch me derp is always welcome. What else? Is there anything else? I can't think of... Oh, if you're on my channel page in YouTube, or if you're on a mobile device, check out, I believe it's the CTRL Plus. It looks like Control Plus. That's where the poll is going right now to say which game you would rather play. After today's episode, what I'm going to do, because the votes got kind of messed up, is I'm just going to bring it down to the 2 top candidates and switch it to a plain vote, so you vote for the one you want to see. So I'll be doing that right after I finish stream here. So I'm just going to finish up by staring at the lovely little closed station, and I think that's where we're going to leave it today. We're just going to see if there's anybody on my follow list to raid, and apparently not. Oops, nope, wrong one. Oh. Yeah, okay, well, apparently not. Looks like I've got... Oh, there we go, actually. If, Where am I going here? So what I'm going to do instead then is I'm just going to say thank you very much for dropping by and hope to see you guys again soon. Have yourselves a great week.